My name is Ann Webster-Lang, and I am an artist. I live in Bennington, and I teach locally at the Vermont Art Exchange and for different private and public organizations, and I also work at the middle school. My catamount is called the Reverend Boris d'Arc, and the reason that I called it that is my two sponsors are the Apple Barn and Kimberly Farms, and so when I was searching for cool names, I found that there's actually a tree called the horse apple tree, which is called the Boris d'Arc tree. And so I thought that was kind of neat that they had a tree that incorporated both. And kind of a cool play is Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and there's a character in that called the Reverend, who's kind of a controversial type character, and I thought that was neat. And so this guy sat in my living room for about 3 weeks while I was doing him. And because he's kind of large and he was in my living room, we called him the Reverend. So what's on this side of the cat is kind of geared toward what I call the Apple Barn, is with the trees, and they're kind of abstract trees, but I like to think of them as, you know, almost like a little orchard. The trees kind of wrap around. There's a big tree like this, and this one right here is actually my favorite tree. I don't know if you can see it, but it was my favorite tree to do. And then in the front of the cat right here, this is all apples, all the different apples. And on the back side is all horses and kind of rolling pasture land for right here, which is Kimberly Farms. This is done with different kinds of black marker. Most of it's done with Sharpie, and it was a lot of fun, kind of just playing with the different thicknesses. This is a technique called Zentangle, which is relatively up and coming in the art world or craft world, whatever. And basically you just take areas and segment them off and fill them with patterns. So it is a very, very meditative process. As you can see, even from just the trees and the hillsides and even the sun and everything, each little segment has different patterns in it. And so as I was doing it, I was filling out the different patterns in the different sections, which was relaxing and enjoyable. So I didn't have a lot of time, unfortunately, to do this. So I kind of like how it came out. It's kind of striking. I like the black and white. So I spent about 240 hours on this. My kids did a little bit. I had a friend or two come over and help a little, and so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And this is the first cat that I've done by myself. I was part of 2 moose projects with the Vermont Art Exchange and the Palette project with the Art Exchange, as well as the Bennington Art Guild. And it was quite an undertaking doing the whole thing by myself, but I enjoyed it and I'm glad I did it. So my favorite part of this whole entire catamount is the tree. I could get lost looking at this tree. I just love looking at it. Each little section has, or segment of this tree has a different pattern. I just love that. I had a lot of fun with the face too, and I had some fun on the other side doing the horses and the hills. I like how the trees here came out because they're kind of funky. Mushroom type trees are a little bit abstract, and I liked doing that. All of the legs have flowers and kind of curlicues, and the tail is just all vines. So there are different sections that have different parts, but it was a lot of fun to do, a lot of fun. So I'm glad that the Apple Barn and Kimberly Farms approached me, because I did not put in to be one of the artists. They approached me and we talked it over, and this is the result. So I was really glad that happened. Oh gosh, I hope that whoever buys this loves it, and whoever ends up with this catamount displays it and keeps it out there for people to see. This is definitely a catamount that you can spend a lot of time looking around at all the different things in it, and I hope somebody gets as much happiness out of it as I did while I was making it. So